Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Our Ventura. I'm your host, Gabriel, and today we have quite a different show for you. You're going to find it very fascinating. Today we have wonderful guests, and actually one of them is a legend. We have a group of people here that are making commercials for an artistic community in town, and Stu Birbrower is one of the original Mad Men, the TV show from the 60s, Madison Avenue, Mr. Adman. And we are so lucky to have him here in Ventura now. And he's put together a team to do local commercials for nonprofit organizations and actually for artistic awareness. So I'm here to welcome the three people at the table here today. Mr. Stu Birbrower.
Good to see you.
Jackie Woods. Hi. And Kristina Schlah. Where do I start? The Clio is one of the awards for, it's like the Oscar for commercials. And you've won 42 of them as far as I'm concerned. And I've never used notes on my show, but I have to. Because just to mention just a few off the top of the companies that you have made commercials for over the years, basically 1,500 commercials over the span of 50 years.
Not bad for a guy who's 24.
Anybody remember Coke, AT&T, American Express, Carl Malden, Don't Leave Home Without It, Jell-O, Bill Cosby, Maxwell House Coffee, Kool-Aid, Chef Boyardee, M&M's, everybody knows that. We have Nabisco, Kodak, Minute Maid, CBS, Pine Sol, Colgate, Time, Life, Energizer, JCPenney's, Sunkist, NFL, McDonald's. I can't even go on anymore.
Johnson & Johnson Band-Aids? Did you say Band-Aids?
Band-Aids are stuck on you.
And you got one right on you. Oh no, it's not there anymore.
Well, this is what a Clio looks like. And you have 42 of them, so bravo.
Thanks.
We couldn't fit them all on the table.
Right. Tell us a little about your days on Madison Ave.
Started in 1960, right out of the Army. And I was very lucky because I went to the most creative agency in the country called Papert, Kane & Lois. And I couldn't get in there normally, but they were looking to start a softball team in the advertising league. And somehow I was lucky enough that the boss found out I was a baseball player. So he hired me to play softball. That's how I got into business.
Well, you just never know, do you?
I just fell out of the elevator and I got a job.
Well, you were very good at what you do. You were the creative director, the artistic director, and the director.
Plus I batted .546.
Oh, well. So, Mean Joe Green, classic. The Little Kid, The Can of Coke, Carl Malden, Don't Leave Home Without It, American Express.
American Express. I had to travel the world, maybe 14 countries, and I hated every minute.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I mean, you got to go to Paris and you got to go to Rome, and who needs it? But somebody had to do it.
That's right, and you did it.
Yeah, and they paid me for it.
Bravo.
Yeah, that's the funny part.
Right. And then so many commercials that are the slogans that we all say are, the brain spring of you. So we're very happy to have you.
I had help.
Now, you met at the WAV, which we'll get to in a minute, and you two met here at CAPS TV.
Yeah.
And I met all of you either at CAPS TV or at the WAV.
Yeah.
And Jackie, now I know you're Stu's assistant with this, but you're also the producer of the commercials. And I always call you the WAV historian because you know so much about it. Tell us a little bit about WAV.
I am one of the artists fortunate to be living and working at the WAV, which is a brand new, state-of-the-art, mixed-use building designed for artists of all kinds. So we have everything from poets to dancers to writers to film guys to photography girls. It's all over. And that's how we met.
And there's a wide spectrum of people that live there.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Tell us some of those statistics.
Gosh, well, I know it's 77 artists. There's probably 100 people that live in the artist complex, but all the units are different, and they're giant 14-foot walls, and they're like a New York loft, if you will.
Very conducive.
Yeah.
Gorgeous windows and wonderful light, and pretty much an artist's dream.
And they're from all over the world, right?
Yes, we have people from Greece, from pretty much, I don't know.
That's
all
pretty
over-
hefty.
Where are they? All over the
I
world.
know, it's true.
Yeah, it's pretty diverse.
It is diverse. My nickname for it is the Green Greenwich Village of
Yeah,
California.
yeah.
That's what I call it.
That's well said. Because on top of it all, it is completely green building,
That's
which
right.
is a really wonderful thing.
I know, everything in it is made out of recycled materials. The stairs are made out of old tires. The countertops are made out of broken glass poured into cement. I mean, it's a very cool and green building.
And one of the key things about being an artist there is this idea of being collaborative. So this is the ultimate level of collaboration in my book so far, is to be able to work with Stu, Kristina, and we used a lot of the other artists at the WAV in the commercials. So completely collaborative effort.
So back to you, Kristina. And you met at CAPS.
Yeah.
And you are a filmmaker, of course,
Yeah.
but you have a varied past your own self.
Yeah.
Was it CBS Sports?
It was Fox Sports Network. I was a producer with them, and I got out of the business for a little while because I was in an elevator accident on the job.
So sorry
I
about
got back into the business after hearing a musician in Australia that I liked very much, so I started collaborating on music videos with him. His name's Juan Freely. And then I found out the CAPS was right down the street, basically, from where I live, and just how much there is to offer here, and what I wanted to get back into doing. And then I met Stu and Jackie, and then the rest is history.
Well, on the productions for
Yeah.
these commercials, you were the go-to girl. You
Yeah.
did the filming.
Yeah.
You set up the lighting.
Yeah.
You actually did all the editing
Yeah.
and post-production.
Yeah.
And
It was a lot of work, but
it's
it was
a great
fun.
team.
Yeah. It's great to work with them.
That's right. And when it's
It's-
all
it
done,
feels
I'll
like
do the
family.
PR. So let's talk about how something like a 1-minute commercial, how it gets made. Let's start with a storyboard. This is a typical storyboard where the director maps out scene by scene how the thing is going to play out.
Right.
That's kind of the beginnings
Right.
of your
Yeah,
process.
it forces me to think. And,
Yeah.
and, it's like this commercial is called Dead Artists, and famous dead artists, because we're not famous yet. But let me just put this down there. All these people are lying dead by their work, and the announcer says, "Did you ever hear the expression famous dead artists?" And then we cut to a kid who said, "I see the dead artists," take off on that movie. And then they're not dead. They wake up and they're alive and kicking and creating. And this is the storyboard, and then we have a commercial that we shot using all artists at WAV, all alive. And we shot it with the WAV talent in front and behind the camera.
which is really extraordinary.
So, and then we even had music, original music made by some of the musicians, by one, Spoonie.
Did you ever hear the expression, famous dead artists?
I see dead artists.
At WAV, or Working Artists Ventura, there are 77 artists from 21 countries. And they're alive and kicking and creating and open for business. So why wait? Come to WAV and meet famous living artists.
was about 6 months ago, and then 6 months later, we made the Heist. The Heist is hilarious too, and just to tell you, your style reminds me a lot of Woody Allen.
Only bigger.
Only bigger.
He's a little guy. I saw him.
He's a little, yeah.
And the Heist it's a spoof on stealing all the art from the Wave. It's a motley crew of crooks.
All
Are
wave
they
artists.
Wave artists.
It was easy to cast.
It's
Right.
very easy.
And then, there's a lot of original art shown being stolen, and then it's kind of a spoof, like it's being taken to the Louvre in Paris to be pawned.
Listen up, guys. Here's the plan. The Wave is located at Thompson Boulevard and the corner of Ventura Avenue. Get it? Got it. Good.
Hey, boss, what's WAV?
It means Working Artists Ventura.
77 artists.
From 21 countries.
Living and working there. Awesome!
There's beautiful original art, valuable art all over the place. Get it?
Got it.
Good.
Art lovers can come to the Wave 24/7 and buy art directly from the artists.
Awesome!
Right. So during Wave's next concert at the Theatre Gallery, we back up the van, steal all the paintings, all the sculptures, the photographs, ceramics, jewelry, the lot. And fence them to museums like the Louvre, the Getty, and the Met. Right. The art's worth a bloody fortune.
And it was just really good.
It was a lot of fun to shoot, actually.
Tell us about the planning of that.
Famous, the Heist.
Yeah.
I was reading the paper and I saw that somebody just walked off with a Rembrandt, gave it to somebody else at a gallery. And then I found out that the Mona Lisa was stolen out of the Louvre. And then all of a sudden in Denmark, all these paintings, but they stole the great work, Van Gogh, and they sold it to other museums. So I said, why not the Wave? Let them come here and steal. Because, then they could sell it to the Louvre. So that's what we did. We shot that commercial, and it came from reading the newspaper.
Well, speaking of France, this I have to throw in. This is what an award looks like that a person gets from Cannes Film Festival. And of course, there's marble involved. It's French.
And yet another award this guy's got.
Award.
Yeah.
And just to show the awards really quick, and this is a telly. And tell us about a telly.
It's for television.
That's right. I guess.
But that one for comedy.
Oh, right. You're very funny. Your work is funny. And
Nobody
you make
ever told me
people
that.
laugh.
My wife doesn't think I'm
And
funny.
this one weighs about 40 pounds right here, and this is a one-show award.
That was Best Campaigned Kodak.
Very nice.
They tried to stab me with that thing.
Well, you have other things going on. You want to do these commercials ongoing, but you also have 8 domestic violence
Running nationally.
Right. And you've recently hooked up with Lou Gossett Jr., correct?
Right. And hopefully, he did all the voiceovers. And then hopefully, he wants to do 5 more, which he's going to be in it. And we have, Jackie and I went to Malibu and showed it to him. He loves it.
Wow.
Now we're trying to pull together a price. And then it could be very important. Domestic violence is a major problem. So we did the 8 domestic violence commercials, plus the Heist and the Dead Artists for WAVE, and then the 5 new ones coming up. And those commercials, I believe, are better than those awards
Wow.
that I won 30 years ago.
That's
or
saying
40 years
something.
ago. That's what I think.
When you got a mind like his, you can't
Yeah.
help it. So.
You can't help it.
He's a legend.
Yeah, I
And
think
he makes the best martinis in the world.
We're here. No comment yet.
Well, before we sign off, I'm just so excited to have you guys here and have this ongoing work and outreach to the community, making commercials, putting them in movie theaters, like running before a movie starts, and just getting the word out that, you know, domestic violence, commercials for artists, it's just all from the goodness of your hearts and volunteerism and community and using all your expertise. It's just, I'm really proud to be in the Heist and also to know you guys and just be part of the team. It's really cool.
It was a pleasure working with you as well.
Thank you. It's just, it's so much fun. It just is. And before we go, Stu or Jackie, would you like to tell the audience how to get a hold of you guys?
You can email us at stufilms@gmail.com, just like it sounds. And our number 805-729-1874.
Well, thank you, Jackie, Stu, Kristina.
Thank you.
And once again, welcome to another edition of Our Ventura. I'm Annie Gabriel, your host. And just have everybody have a wonderful week, a wonderful month, and a wonderful year. Lots of laughter, lots of peace. Peace.